Looking to keep your blood sugar stable while still enjoying delicious, nutritious vegetables? If you're over 50 and tired of feeling like a slave to those energy crashes, sugar cravings, and that dreaded afternoon fog, then what I'm about to share with you could be a complete game changer for your health and vitality. For the past 15 years, I've been helping thousands of people over 50 reclaim their energy, stabilize their blood sugar, and feel decades younger without restrictive diets or expensive supplements. And today, I'm going to reveal the top 3 vegetables that you can eat freely without causing dangerous blood sugar spikes, plus the exact preparation methods that can actually help improve your insulin sensitivity naturally. But here's what makes this even more powerful. The second vegetable on my list contains a unique compound that, when prepared correctly, can actually help your body use insulin more effectively. This isn't some exotic superfood that costs a fortune. It's probably sitting in your refrigerator right now, but I guarantee you're not preparing it the right way to unlock its blood sugar stabilizing benefits. Now, if you're thinking this sounds too good to be true, I understand your skepticism. You've probably been told that managing blood sugar means giving up all the foods you love, counting every carb, and feeling deprived at every meal. But what if I told you that the latest research shows that certain vegetables, when eaten in the right way and in the right order, can actually flatten your glucose curve better than some medications? Before we dive into these 3 powerhouse vegetables, let me ask you something. How many times have you eaten what you thought was a healthy meal, only to feel exhausted an hour later? How often do you experience those mid-afternoon energy crashes that leave you reaching for coffee or something sweet just to make it through the day? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. After age 50, our bodies become less efficient at processing glucose, and what worked for us in our 30s and 40s simply doesn't work anymore. Here's what's happening inside your body. As we age, several factors conspire against stable blood sugar. First, our muscle mass naturally decreases by about 3 to 8% per decade after age 30, and this loss accelerates after 50. Since our muscles are the primary storage sites for glucose, less muscle means less capacity to handle blood sugar spikes. Second, our cells become more resistant to insulin, meaning our pancreas has to work harder to move glucose out of our bloodstream. Third, changes in our sleep patterns, stress levels, and hormone production all contribute to blood sugar instability. But here's the good news. The right vegetables can help counteract all of these age-related changes. They provide the fiber, minerals, and phytonutrients that support healthy insulin function, and when you eat them strategically, they can actually blunt the blood sugar response from other foods in your meal. Now, before we continue, I need to address something important. This information is for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace medical advice. If you're currently taking insulin, sulfonylureas, or blood thinners like warfarin, please consult with your healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes. Everyone's body responds differently to foods, and what works for most people might need to be adjusted for your specific situation. That said, I'm going to teach you how to test your own blood sugar response to these foods using either a simple glucose meter or a continuous glucose monitor. You'll learn to track your levels 1 to 2 hours after meals and keep a food diary to identify your personal triggers and power foods. But first, let me share the golden rule that will amplify the benefits of everything we discussed today. Always eat fiber and protein first, then save any carbohydrates for last in your meal. This simple strategy can reduce blood sugar spikes by up to 40%, regardless of what you're eating. Now, let's reveal our first blood sugar superhero. Vegetable number 1 is dark leafy greens, and I'm talking about spinach, kale, Swiss chard, arugula, and romaine lettuce. These are absolutely the gold standard for blood sugar control. And here's why they're so incredibly powerful for people over 50. First, let's talk about the numbers. 1 cup of raw spinach contains less than 1 gram of net carbohydrates. That means after you subtract the fiber, there's virtually nothing left to raise your blood sugar. But don't let that fool you into thinking these greens are nutritionally empty. They're absolutely packed with nutrients that specifically support healthy blood sugar metabolism. Dark leafy greens are rich in magnesium, and this is crucial because magnesium deficiency is incredibly common in people over 50 and directly contributes to insulin resistance. Studies show that people with higher magnesium intake have a 47% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. These greens also provide potassium, which helps your cells respond better to insulin, and folate, which supports healthy blood vessel function and can help prevent some of the cardiovascular complications associated with blood sugar problems. But here's where it gets really interesting. A large-scale study published in the British Medical Journal followed over 220,000 people for more than 20 years and found that those who ate just 1.5 servings of leafy greens per day had a 14% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who ate less than half a serving per day. That's the power of these simple, affordable vegetables. Now let me tell you exactly how to eat these greens to maximize their blood sugar benefits. One of my favorite preparations is a quick sauté with garlic and olive oil. Heat a tablespoon of olive oil in a large pan, add minced garlic, and then add your greens. Sauté just until wilted, about 2 to 3 minutes. The combination of healthy fats from the olive oil and the sulfur compounds in garlic creates a synergistic effect that further supports insulin sensitivity. Another powerful way to use these greens is in salads. But not just any salad. Create what I call a power salad by combining your leafy greens with a high-quality protein like wild-caught salmon, pastured eggs, or organic chicken, and then add healthy fats like avocado, nuts, or seeds. This combination ensures that any small amount of natural sugars in the vegetables is buffered by protein and fat, preventing any blood sugar response. For those of you who prefer warm, comforting foods, try making creamy soups using leafy greens as the base. Sauté onions and garlic. Add your greens and broth. Then blend with a little coconut milk or Greek yogurt for creaminess. This gives you all the benefits of the greens in a form that's easy to digest and very satisfying. I recommend eating 1 to 2 cups of raw leafy greens or half to 1 cup of cooked greens daily. And here's a crucial tip, especially for those of you over 50. Chew your greens thoroughly. As we age, our digestive function can decline, and properly chewing your food is the first step in good digestion. Plus, thorough chewing releases more of the beneficial compounds in the leaves and helps you feel more satisfied with smaller portions. Now, let me warn you about some common mistakes that can turn these blood sugar heroes into villains. Many store-bought salad dressings are loaded with high-fructose corn syrup, sugar, and inflammatory oils. These can completely negate the benefits of your healthy greens. Instead, make your own dressings using olive oil, vinegar, lemon juice, herbs, and spices. Another trap to avoid is adding sweet additions like dried cranberries, candied nuts, or corn to your salads. These can cause significant blood sugar spikes that your greens can't completely offset. For those of you over 50 who might have dental issues or difficulty chewing, don't worry. You can still get all the benefits of leafy greens by incorporating them into smoothies, making them into pestos, or cooking them until they're very tender. Try making a green omelet by whisking eggs with finely chopped spinach or kale. This gives you the double benefit of blood sugar stabilizing greens plus high-quality protein. Let me paint a picture for you of what your ideal plate should look like. Imagine your dinner plate divided in half. One entire half should be filled with these non-starchy vegetables, with leafy greens taking up the majority of that space. This visual approach ensures you're getting enough of these blood sugar stabilizing foods at every meal. Now I want you to try something. After watching this video, prepare a simple spinach salad with olive oil and vinegar. Eat it before your regular meal, and then check your blood sugar 1 and 2 hours later. Compare this to a day when you eat the same meal without the greens first. I think you'll be amazed at the difference. But that brings us to our second vegetable superstar, and this one might surprise you with its incredible blood sugar benefits. Vegetable number 2 is broccoli, along with its cruciferous cousins like cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. Now you might be thinking, broccoli? Really? But let me explain why this common vegetable deserves a spot on your plate every single day, If you want stable blood sugar, broccoli contains a unique compound called glucoraphanin, which is converted into sulforaphane when the vegetable is chopped, chewed, or otherwise damaged. This sulforaphane is where the magic happens for blood sugar control. Research published in the journal Diabetes shows that sulforaphane can actually improve insulin sensitivity and reduce glucose production in the liver. In one study, people with type 2 diabetes who consumed sulforaphane-rich broccoli extract for 12 weeks saw significant improvements in their HbA1c levels, which is a measure of long-term blood sugar control. But here's the crucial part that most people get wrong. How you prepare broccoli determines whether you get these benefits or not. The enzyme that converts glucoraphanin to sulforaphane, called myrosinase, is destroyed by high heat. So if you're boiling your broccoli to death or microwaving it until it's mushy, you're missing out on one of nature's most powerful blood sugar regulators. Here's exactly how to prepare broccoli to maximize its blood sugar benefits. Steam it lightly for just 3 to 5 minutes until it's bright green and still has a slight crunch. This preserves the myrosinase enzyme while making the vegetable easier to digest. Alternatively, you can quickly sauté it in a hot pan with a little olive oil for 2 to 3 minutes. And here's a professional chef's secret that can boost the sulforaphane content even more. Add a pinch of mustard powder to your cooked broccoli. Mustard seeds contain additional myrosinase enzyme, so even if some of yours was destroyed during cooking, the mustard can help convert more glucoraphanin to sulforaphane. 1 cup of cooked broccoli contains only about 6 grams of total carbohydrates, but 2.3 grams of fiber, giving you just 3.7 grams of net carbs. That's incredibly low for such a nutrient-dense food. But beyond the low carb count, broccoli provides chromium, a trace mineral that enhances insulin function, and vitamin C, which helps reduce inflammation that can contribute to insulin resistance. Let me share one of my favorite blood sugar-friendly broccoli preparations. Steam your broccoli for 4 minutes, then toss it with olive oil, lemon juice, a sprinkle of sesame seeds, and that pinch of mustard powder I mentioned. The healthy fats from the olive oil and sesame seeds help your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins in the broccoli, while the acid from the lemon juice can help further blunt any blood sugar response. Another excellent way to enjoy broccoli is roast it at a lower temperature. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Toss broccoli florets with olive oil, garlic, and your favorite herbs. Then roast for 15 to 20 minutes until lightly browned but still crisp. The longer, lower heat cooking preserves more of the beneficial compounds while developing delicious flavors. For those of you who find that cruciferous vegetables cause digestive discomfort, don't give up on them entirely. Start with smaller portions, chew them very thoroughly, and consider taking a digestive enzyme supplement with your meals. You can also try cauliflower, which tends to be gentler on the digestive system while providing similar benefits. If you're dealing with dentures or difficulty chewing, try cauliflower rice or cauliflower mash. Simply pulse cauliflower florets in a food processor until they resemble rice grains. Then sauté with herbs and spices. This gives you all the benefits in a softer, more manageable form. Now let me warn you about some broccoli preparations that can sabotage your blood sugar goals. Broccoli casseroles loaded with cheese sauce, flour, and breadcrumbs can turn this blood sugar hero into a villain. Many restaurant-style broccoli dishes are swimming in high-sugar sauces or are served alongside refined starches that completely negate the benefits. Instead, keep your broccoli preparations simple and let the vegetable's natural flavors shine through. A drizzle of good olive oil, a squeeze of lemon, some herbs or spices, and you have a delicious side dish that actually helps stabilize your blood sugar. I recommend eating about 1 cup of cooked cruciferous vegetables daily. If you're not used to eating them regularly, start with smaller portions and gradually increase as your digestive system adapts. Here's something interesting to try. Eat a serving of lightly steamed broccoli as an appetizer before your main meal. Research shows that eating vegetables first can reduce the overall blood sugar response to your meal by creating a fiber barrier in your intestines that slows the absorption of carbohydrates from other foods. But now, Let's move on to our third and final vegetable. And this one is going to make meal planning so much easier because of its incredible versatility. Vegetable number 3 is actually a tie between cucumber and zucchini, two non-starchy vegetables that are absolute powerhouses for blood sugar control. These vegetables are unique because they're composed primarily of water and fiber, with virtually no impact on blood glucose levels. Let's start with the numbers. 1 cup of sliced cucumber contains only 4 grams of total carbohydrates and 1 gram of fiber, giving you just 3 grams of net carbs. Zucchini is even better, with 1 cup of sliced zucchini containing only 4 grams of total carbs and 1.2 grams of fiber for a net carb count of just 2.8 grams. These are so low that most people can eat generous portions without seeing any blood sugar response at all. But the benefits go far beyond just being low in carbohydrates. Both cucumbers and zucchini are high in water content, which helps you stay hydrated and can actually support better blood sugar control. Dehydration can cause blood sugar levels to rise because your blood becomes more concentrated. By eating these water-rich vegetables, you're supporting optimal hydration while adding bulk and nutrients to your meals. The fiber in these vegetables is particularly beneficial for blood sugar control because it slows gastric emptying, meaning food moves more slowly from your stomach to your small intestine. This creates a more gradual release of any glucose from your meal into your bloodstream, preventing sharp spikes. Cucumbers contain a compound called cucurbitacin, which has been shown in animal studies to have anti-diabetic properties. While we need more human research, the preliminary evidence is promising. Zucchini provides folate, potassium, and vitamin A, all of which support overall metabolic health. Now let me share some delicious ways to incorporate these vegetables into your daily routine. Cucumbers are perfect for refreshing salads, but go beyond the basic cucumber and tomato combination. Try making a Greek-style cucumber salad with olive oil, lemon juice, fresh herbs, and a sprinkle of feta cheese. The healthy fats and protein help stabilize blood sugar even further. For a satisfying snack, slice cucumbers and serve them with tahini, almond butter, or guacamole. This combination gives you the blood sugar benefits of the cucumber plus healthy fats and protein for sustained energy. Zucchini is incredibly versatile and can be used as a low-carb substitute for many high-carb foods. Spiralized zucchini, or zoodles as they're often called, can replace pasta in your favorite dishes. Top them with a protein-rich sauce like homemade pesto with grilled chicken or a meat sauce made with grass-fed beef, and you have a satisfying meal that won't spike your blood sugar. Another excellent preparation is zucchini boats. Cut zucchini in half lengthwise. Scoop out the center and stuff with a mixture of ground turkey or beef, herbs, and vegetables. This creates a complete meal that's both delicious and blood sugar friendly. For those who prefer warm comfort foods, try making zucchini fritters. Grate zucchini, salt it, and let it drain for 30 minutes, then squeeze out excess water. Mix with eggs, a small amount of almond flour, herbs, and spices, then pan fry in olive oil. These make a satisfying side dish or even a light meal when paired with a salad. Both cucumbers and zucchini can be added to smoothies for extra nutrition without affecting the taste. A handful of peeled cucumber or zucchini in your morning protein smoothie adds fiber, nutrients, and helps create a creamy texture without the need for high-sugar fruits. Here's a practical tip for busy people over 50. Prep these vegetables in advance. Wash, slice, and store cucumbers and zucchini in glass containers in your refrigerator. Having them ready to go makes it much more likely that you'll include them in your meals and snacks throughout the week. You can be quite generous with portions of these vegetables. 2 cups of cucumber or zucchini is perfectly reasonable and will provide significant satiety and nutrition without impacting your blood sugar. This makes them excellent choices for people who are trying to lose weight while managing blood sugar, as they provide volume and satisfaction without calories or carbohydrates. For those dealing with seasonal availability or budget constraints, both vegetables can be grown easily in containers, even if you don't have a large garden. Zucchini plants are particularly productive, and one plant can provide enough zucchini for weeks of meals. Let me warn you about some common preparations that can turn these blood sugar heroes into problems. Many store-bought pickles are high in added sugars, which can cause blood sugar spikes. If you enjoy pickles, look for brands that use only vinegar, salt, and spices. Or better yet, make your own. Be cautious with zucchini bread, muffins, and other baked goods that use zucchini. While the zucchini itself is beneficial, these preparations are typically loaded with flour, sugar, and other ingredients that will spike your blood sugar significantly. Similarly, avoid cucumber drinks or smoothies that are sweetened with fruit juices or added sugars. The cucumber itself is beneficial, but the added sweeteners can completely negate those benefits. For those of you with digestive sensitivities, both cucumbers and zucchini are generally very well tolerated. The high water content makes them easy to digest, and they're less likely to cause gas or bloating compared to some other vegetables. One particularly beneficial way to use these vegetables is in cold soups, perfect for hot summer days. A chilled cucumber soup with yogurt and herbs provides probiotics for gut health along with blood sugar stability. Similarly, a cold zucchini soup can be incredibly refreshing and satisfying. Now that we've covered our 3 powerhouse vegetables, let me address some common questions and misconceptions about vegetables and blood sugar. You might be wondering about other vegetables like carrots and beets. These are certainly nutritious and have their place in a healthy diet, but they do contain more natural sugars than our top 3 choices. A large carrot contains about 6 grams of net carbs, and a small beet contains about 7 grams. While these amounts might not cause significant spikes for everyone, they could be problematic for people with more severe insulin resistance or diabetes. The key is to test your individual response and consume them in moderation if you choose to include them. Tomatoes are another vegetable that people often ask about. Fresh tomatoes are generally fine for blood sugar, containing only about 4 grams of net carbs per medium tomato. However, be very cautious with tomato-based sauces and products, which often contain added sugars. Always read labels carefully and choose products with no added sugars, or better yet, make your own sauces from fresh tomatoes. There's also a persistent myth that sweet potatoes are automatically better for blood sugar than regular potatoes because they're more nutritious. While sweet potatoes do contain more vitamins and minerals, they still contain significant amounts of carbohydrates that can raise blood sugar. A medium sweet potato contains about 20 grams of net carbs, which could cause a significant spike in many people over 50. If you choose to eat sweet potatoes, do so in very small portions, always paired with protein and fat, and preferably after you've eaten your non-starchy vegetables. Now, let me teach you how to construct the perfect blood sugar stable plate using our 3 superstar vegetables and other complementary foods. Imagine your dinner plate divided into sections. Half of your plate should be filled with non-starchy vegetables, with our 3 champions taking up the majority of this space. Aim for at least 2 cups of these low-carb vegetables at each main meal. 1/4 of your plate should contain high-quality protein. This might be wild-caught fish, pastured eggs, organic chicken, grass-fed beef, or plant-based proteins like legumes. Protein helps slow the absorption of any carbohydrates in your meal and provides the building blocks your muscles need to maintain mass as you age. The remaining 1/4 of your plate should contain healthy fats. This might be olive oil on your salad, avocado slices, nuts and seeds, or coconut oil used in cooking. These healthy fats provide essential fatty acids, help you absorb fat-soluble vitamins, and contribute to meal satisfaction. If you choose to include any starchy carbohydrates like grains or starchy vegetables, these should be a small addition to your plate, not the foundation of your meal. And here's the crucial part. The order in which you eat these foods matters tremendously. Always start your meal with your non-starchy vegetables. Eat at least half of your vegetable portion before moving on to protein and fats. Save any starchy carbohydrates for the very end of your meal. This eating order can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 40%, even when the total amount of food consumed is the same. Adding 1 to 2 tablespoons of vinegar to your meals can provide additional blood sugar benefits. Apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, and red wine vinegar have all been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce post-meal glucose spikes. Try adding vinegar to salad dressings, marinades, or even drinking a small amount diluted in water before meals. Staying properly hydrated is another crucial factor for blood sugar control that many people overlook. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water daily, and consider having a glass of water before each meal. This supports kidney function, which is important for glucose regulation, and can help you feel more satisfied with smaller portions. After eating, try to take a gentle 10 to 20-minute walk. This doesn't need to be intense exercise. A leisurely stroll around your neighborhood, or even walking up and down stairs in your home, can help your muscles use glucose more efficiently and reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. Now, let me give you a practical system for testing these strategies at home. If you don't already have a glucose meter, I highly recommend getting one. They're available at most pharmacies and are relatively inexpensive. Some of you might have access to continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time feedback about your blood sugar levels throughout the day. Here's how to test your response to our 3 superstar vegetables. Start by measuring your fasting blood sugar first thing in the morning before eating or drinking anything. Then, prepare a meal featuring one of our vegetables as the main component. For example, you might have a large salad with mixed dark leafy greens, cucumber, and a protein like grilled chicken, dressed with olive oil and vinegar. Measure your blood sugar 1 hour and 2 hours after finishing your meal. For most people, blood sugar should peak around 1 hour after eating and return closer to baseline by 2 hours. Ideally, you want to see minimal rise from your fasting level, typically no more than 30 to 40 mg/dl above your starting point. Keep a detailed food diary noting not just what you eat, but how you feel after meals. Do you experience sustained energy, or do you feel tired and sluggish? Are you hungry again soon after eating, or do you feel satisfied for several hours? These subjective measures are just as important as the numbers on your glucose meter. Pay attention to other factors that can affect your blood sugar response, such as stress levels, sleep quality, hydration status, and physical activity. You might find that the same meal affects you differently on a stressful day versus a relaxed day, or after a poor night's sleep versus a restful one. After testing individual vegetables, try combining them in different ways to see how your body responds. You might find that you can tolerate slightly higher carbohydrate foods when they're combined with generous amounts of our 3 superstar vegetables. Repeat your tests over several days or weeks to establish patterns. Blood sugar responses can vary from day to day based on many factors, so look for consistent trends rather than focusing on single measurements. Now, let me address some special considerations for people over 50, particularly those who might be taking medications or dealing with other health conditions. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, the vitamin K content in dark leafy greens is something to discuss with your healthcare provider. Rather than avoiding these beneficial vegetables entirely, work with your doctor to establish a consistent intake pattern. Eating similar amounts of leafy greens each day allows your medication dosage to be adjusted appropriately, while still getting the blood sugar benefits. For those with kidney disease or concerns about kidney function, the potassium content in some vegetables might be a consideration. While the vegetables I've recommended are generally lower in potassium than many fruits, it's still wise to discuss your dietary plan with your healthcare team if you have kidney issues. Some people over 50 experience digestive changes that can make raw vegetables more difficult to tolerate. Don't let this prevent you from getting the benefits of these foods. Lightly cooking vegetables can make them easier to digest, while preserving most of their beneficial compounds. Steaming, light sautéing, or making soups and stews are all excellent options. If you wear dentures or have dental issues that make chewing difficult, focus on softer preparations. Smoothies, pureed soups, finely chopped vegetables and omelets, and well-cooked vegetables can all provide the same benefits in more manageable forms. For those dealing with gastroparesis or delayed stomach emptying, which becomes more common with age and is particularly prevalent in people with diabetes, you may need to modify fiber intake. While fiber is generally beneficial for blood sugar control, too much at once can worsen gastroparesis symptoms. Work with your healthcare provider to find the right balance. Some medications commonly prescribed to people over 50 can affect blood sugar levels. Steroids, some blood pressure medications, and even some antidepressants can raise blood glucose. If you're taking any medications, be aware of these potential effects and adjust your dietary strategies accordingly. Let me also address the economic reality that many people over 50 face when trying to eat healthily. The good news is that our 3 superstar vegetables are among the most affordable options in the produce section, especially when bought in season. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale are often available frozen, which can be more economical and just as nutritious as fresh. Frozen vegetables are typically picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen, preserving most of their nutrients. They also keep much longer than fresh vegetables, reducing food waste. Buy vegetables in season when they're at their peak quality and lowest price. Cucumbers and zucchini are typically least expensive during summer months, while leafy greens might be more affordable in cooler weather. Consider growing some of your own vegetables if you have the space and ability. Leafy greens can even be grown in containers indoors. Look for sales and stock up when prices are low. Many of these vegetables can be blanched and frozen for later use. Zucchini and other summer squashes freeze well when shredded, perfect for adding to soups, smoothies, or egg dishes later in the year. Consider buying directly from farmers at farmers markets, especially near closing time when vendors may offer discounts. You'll often get fresher produce at better prices while supporting local agriculture. Join a community-supported agriculture program, or CSA, if available in your area. These programs typically provide a weekly box of seasonal vegetables at a lower cost than retail, though you'll need to be flexible about what vegetables you receive each week. Now, let me share some meal ideas that showcase our 3 superstar vegetables in delicious, satisfying combinations that will keep your blood sugar stable all day long. For breakfast, try what I call a green goddess omelet. Whisk 3 eggs with a handful of finely chopped spinach or kale, cook in olive oil, and top with sliced cucumber and avocado. This provides high-quality protein, healthy fats, and plenty of blood sugar stabilizing vegetables to start your day right. Another excellent breakfast option is a green smoothie made with cucumber or zucchini as the base. Blend half a cucumber or a small zucchini with protein powder, a handful of spinach, a small amount of berries for flavor, and coconut milk or Greek yogurt. This creates a creamy, satisfying smoothie that won't spike your blood sugar. For lunch, consider a power salad featuring all 3 of our superstar vegetables. Start with a base of mixed dark leafy greens. Add sliced cucumber and spiralized zucchini for crunch and bulk. Then top with grilled salmon, hard-boiled eggs, or leftover roasted chicken. Dress with olive oil and vinegar, and you have a complete meal that will keep you satisfied and energized all afternoon. A warm lunch option might be a vegetable soup featuring broccoli and zucchini in a rich bone broth, topped with a dollop of Greek yogurt and fresh herbs. Pair this with a small salad of leafy greens for a complete, warming meal. For dinner, try zucchini boats stuffed with a mixture of ground turkey, chopped broccoli, herbs, and a small amount of cheese. Serve alongside a large salad of dark leafy greens dressed with olive oil and lemon juice. Another satisfying dinner is what I call a deconstructed stir-fry. Instead of serving over rice, create a bed of lightly steamed broccoli and top, with stir-fried protein and vegetables cooked in coconut oil with ginger and garlic. Snack options are endless with these versatile vegetables. Cucumber slices with hummus or almond butter, broccoli florets with guacamole, or zucchini chips baked with olive oil, and herbs all make satisfying snacks that won't disrupt your blood sugar. For those who enjoy meal prepping, these vegetables are perfect for advanced preparation. Wash and chop vegetables at the beginning of the week, storing them in glass containers for easy access. Pre-cook large batches of roasted broccoli or sautéed greens that can be quickly reheated throughout the week. Let me also address the social aspects of eating that become particularly important as we age. Many people over 50 find that their social activities revolve around food, and managing blood sugar while maintaining social connections can feel challenging. When eating out, don't be afraid to ask for modifications. Most restaurants are happy to substitute extra vegetables for starches like rice or pasta. Ask for dressing on the side. Request that vegetables be prepared with olive oil instead of butter. And don't hesitate to ask about preparation methods. When attending social gatherings, consider eating a small salad or some raw vegetables before you go. This helps ensure you get your blood sugar stabilizing vegetables even if the party food options aren't ideal. You can also offer to bring a vegetable dish to share, ensuring there's at least one option that aligns with your health goals. Educate your friends and family about your dietary needs without being preachy or judgmental about their choices. Most people are supportive once they understand that you're making these changes for your health and energy levels. For those living alone, which becomes more common as we age, meal planning around these vegetables can actually simplify cooking and grocery shopping. The long shelf life of many of these vegetables means less frequent shopping trips, and their versatility means you can create varied meals without buying numerous different ingredients. Consider joining cooking classes or groups focused on healthy eating. Many community centers, libraries, and health organizations offer programs specifically designed for people over 50. This can provide both social connection and practical skills for preparing these beneficial foods. Now, let's talk about some advanced strategies that can further amplify the blood sugar benefits of our three superstar vegetables. Fermentation is an ancient technique that can enhance the nutritional value and digestibility of vegetables, while potentially providing additional blood sugar benefits. Fermented vegetables like sauerkraut made from cabbage or fermented cucumber pickles contain beneficial bacteria that support gut health. A healthy gut microbiome is increasingly recognized as important for blood sugar regulation and overall metabolic health. You can easily make your own fermented vegetables at home with just salt, water, and thyme. This is particularly economical and allows you to control the ingredients, avoiding the added sugars found in many commercial fermented products. Sprouting is another technique that can increase the nutritional density of certain vegetables. While you can't sprout our three main vegetables, you can sprout broccoli seeds to create broccoli sprouts, which contain even higher concentrations of sulforaphane than mature broccoli. These sprouts can be added to salads, sandwiches, or smoothies for an extra nutritional boost. Consider the timing of when you eat these vegetables for maximum benefit. Research suggests that eating vegetables at the beginning of a meal provides the greatest blood sugar stabilizing effect. Some people find that eating a small salad 15 to 20 minutes before their main meal provides even better results. The temperature at which you consume these vegetables can also make a difference. Some research suggests that cooled, cooked vegetables may have additional benefits due to the formation of resistant starch during the cooling process. This doesn't apply as much to our three main vegetables, but it's worth considering for other vegetables you might include in your diet. Combining these vegetables with specific spices and herbs can enhance their blood sugar benefits. Cinnamon, turmeric, ginger, and garlic all have compounds that support healthy blood sugar metabolism. Try adding these to your vegetable preparations for both flavor and additional health benefits. The quality of the vegetables you choose can also impact their nutritional value. When possible, choose organic vegetables to reduce exposure to pesticides and potentially increase antioxidant content. However, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Conventionally grown versions of our three superstar vegetables are still incredibly beneficial for blood sugar control. For those interested in growing their own vegetables, all three of our superstars can be grown in home gardens or containers. This ensures the freshest possible produce and can be a rewarding hobby that provides both physical activity and stress relief, both of which support healthy blood sugar levels. Let me address one more crucial aspect of using these vegetables for blood sugar control that many people overlook: the importance of variety and rotation. While our three superstar vegetables are excellent foundations for blood sugar stability, eating the same foods day after day can lead to nutrient gaps and meal fatigue. The key is to use these three as your base while rotating through different varieties and preparations to keep your meals interesting and nutritionally complete. Within the leafy greens category, Try to rotate between different types throughout the week. Monday might be spinach, Tuesday could be kale, Wednesday arugula, and so on. Each variety offers slightly different nutrient profiles and flavors, keeping your palate engaged while maximizing nutritional diversity. For the cruciferous vegetable category, don't limit yourself to just broccoli. Cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and bok choy all provide similar blood sugar benefits with different flavors and textures. This rotation also helps prevent the digestive issues that some people experience when eating large amounts of the same cruciferous vegetable daily. With cucumbers and zucchini, you can explore different varieties and seasonal options. English cucumbers, Persian cucumbers, and regular slicing cucumbers all have slightly different textures and flavors. Similarly, try different types of summer squash like yellow squash, patty pan, or crookneck varieties for visual and taste variety. Seasonal eating is another strategy that can enhance both the nutritional value and economic benefits of your vegetable choices. Spring brings tender young greens like baby spinach and arugula. Summer offers an abundance of zucchini, cucumbers, and fresh herbs. Fall provides heartier greens, like kale and collards that can withstand cooler weather. Preparation methods. Let me share some advanced preparation techniques that can help you get the most from these vegetables while keeping meals interesting and delicious. Blanching and shocking is a technique that can help preserve the color, texture, and nutrients of your vegetables while making them more convenient to use throughout the week. Bring a large pot of salted water to boil. Add your vegetables for just 1 to 2 minutes until they turn bright green. Then immediately transfer them to an ice bath to stop the cooking process. This partially cooks the vegetables while maintaining their crunch and nutritional value. You can then store them in the refrigerator and quickly reheat portions throughout the week. Massaging is a technique particularly useful for tougher leafy greens like kale. After washing and chopping your kale, add a pinch of salt and a small amount of olive oil. Then literally massage the leaves with your hands for 2 to 3 minutes. This breaks down the tough fibers, making the kale more digestible and palatable while maintaining all its nutritional benefits. Dehydrating can create interesting textures and concentrated flavors. Kale chips made by massaging kale with olive oil and seasonings, then dehydrating at a low temperature, create a crunchy snack that satisfies cravings for chips while providing blood sugar stability. Cucumber can be lightly salted and dehydrated to create a chip-like texture that's excellent for snacking or as a salad garnish. Pickling without added sugars can create tangy, flavorful vegetables that are excellent for digestion and blood sugar control. Quick pickles made with cucumbers, zucchini ribbons, or even blanched broccoli in a solution of vinegar, water, salt, and spices can be ready in just a few hours and keep in the refrigerator for weeks. Freezing strategies can help you always have these beneficial vegetables available. While cucumbers don't freeze well due to their high water content, both leafy greens and broccoli freeze excellently. Blanch them briefly before freezing to preserve color and texture. Frozen vegetables are perfect for adding to soups, smoothies, and cooked dishes. Now, let me address some common challenges that people over 50 might face when trying to incorporate more of these vegetables into their daily routine, along with practical solutions. Time constraints are often cited as a barrier to eating more vegetables. The solution is strategic preparation. Spend 30 minutes on Sunday washing, chopping, and preparing vegetables for the week. Pre-washed, pre-cut vegetables stored in clear containers in your refrigerator make it easy to grab healthy options throughout the week. Digestive sensitivity can be an issue for some people, particularly with cruciferous vegetables. Start with smaller portions and gradually increase as your digestive system adapts. Cooking these vegetables lightly can make them easier to digest while preserving most of their benefits. Adding digestive spices like ginger, fennel, or cumin can also help. Taste preferences developed over decades can be challenging to change. The key is to start small and focus on preparation methods that enhance natural flavors. Roasting vegetables with olive oil and herbs can bring out natural sweetness and create appealing textures. Gradually reducing salt and sugar in your overall diet, will help reset your taste buds to appreciate the subtle flavors of these vegetables. Budget concerns are real for many people on fixed incomes. Focus on seasonal vegetables, frozen options, and buying in bulk when possible. Consider that these vegetables are among the most affordable options in the way produce section and can replace more expensive processed foods in your diet. Physical limitations might make vegetable preparation challenging. Look for pre-cut options when necessary. Use kitchen tools like food processors to make chopping easier, or ask family members or friends for help with meal preparation. Many grocery stores also offer cutting services for vegetables. Social isolation can make cooking for one seem pointless. Consider this an opportunity to reconnect with friends or family by inviting them to share meals or teaching them about blood sugar-friendly eating. Many people your age are dealing with similar health concerns and would welcome the knowledge and companionship. Let me also discuss the long-term benefits of making these vegetables a consistent part of your daily routine. Beyond just blood sugar control, cardiovascular health is closely linked to blood sugar stability. The fiber, potassium, and antioxidants in these vegetables support healthy blood pressure and cholesterol levels. The folate in leafy greens helps reduce homocysteine levels, which is important for heart health. Regular consumption of these vegetables is associated with reduced risk of heart disease and stroke. Brain health is another significant benefit. Stable blood sugar levels support cognitive function and may help prevent or slow age-related cognitive decline. The antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds in these vegetables protect brain cells from damage. Some research suggests that people who eat more leafy greens maintain better cognitive function as they age. Bone health can benefit from these vegetables as well. Dark leafy greens are excellent sources of vitamin K, which is essential for bone formation and calcium utilization. The alkalizing effect of these vegetables may also help preserve bone density by reducing the need for the body to leach calcium from bones to buffer. Dietary acid. Digestive health improves with the fiber and water content of these vegetables. Regular consumption supports healthy gut bacteria, which is increasingly recognized as important for overall health, immune function, and even mood regulation. The prebiotic fibers in these vegetables feed beneficial bacteria in your gut. Weight management becomes easier when these vegetables form the foundation of your meals. They provide volume and satisfaction with minimal calories, making it easier to maintain a healthy weight without feeling deprived. The stable blood sugar they promote also reduces cravings and makes it easier to make healthy food choices throughout the day. Immune function is supported by the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants in these vegetables. Vitamin C from broccoli, folate from leafy greens, and the various phytonutrients from all three vegetables support your body's natural defense systems. This is particularly important as immune function tends to decline with age. Energy levels and sleep quality often improve when blood sugar is stable. The energy crashes and spikes associated with blood sugar volatility can disrupt sleep patterns and leave you feeling tired throughout the day. By stabilizing blood sugar with these vegetables, many people find they sleep better and have more consistent energy. Let me share some success stories from people who have implemented these strategies while protecting their privacy by not using real names. Margaret, a 67-year-old retired teacher, came to me with HbA1c levels in the pre-diabetic range and complained of afternoon energy crashes that made her feel like she needed a nap every day. After implementing the strategies we've discussed today, focusing particularly on starting each meal with a large salad of leafy greens and cucumbers, her HbA1c dropped back into the normal range within 6 months. More importantly to her, she regained the energy to enjoy her grandchildren and returned to the gardening hobby she had given up due to fatigue. Robert, a 72-year-old former engineer, was skeptical about dietary changes making a significant difference in his blood sugar control. He had been told by his doctor that medication was inevitable as he aged. By incorporating broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables into his daily routine and following the meal sequencing strategies I outlined, he was able to maintain normal blood sugar levels and avoid medication. He particularly enjoyed the problem-solving aspect of finding new ways to prepare vegetables and became quite the home chef in the process. Linda, a 58-year-old single mother whose children had recently left home, found herself eating more processed convenience foods and gaining weight while her energy levels plummeted. Learning to prepare simple, satisfying meals centered around our 3 superstar vegetables not only stabilized her blood sugar, but helped her lose 30 pounds without feeling like she was dieting. She discovered a love for cooking that had been buried under years of rushed family meal preparation. These stories illustrate an important point. The benefits of these dietary changes extend far beyond just blood sugar numbers. They can restore energy, confidence, and quality of life in ways that go beyond what any medication can provide. Now let me give you a specific action plan for implementing everything we've discussed today. This isn't meant to overwhelm you with changes, but rather to provide a step-by-step approach that makes success more likely. Week 1 should focus on assessment and baseline establishment. Get a glucose meter if you don't already have one and learn how to use it properly. Start measuring your fasting blood sugar each morning and your post-meal levels 1 and 2 hours after eating. Keep a simple food diary noting what you eat, when you eat it, and how you feel afterward. This week, don't make major dietary changes yet. Just gather information about your current patterns. Week 2 introduces your first superstar vegetable. Choose the one that appeals to you most or that you already have some familiarity with. If you're not used to eating many vegetables, start with cucumbers as they're the mildest and most universally accepted. Add 1 cup of your chosen vegetable to 1 meal per day, preferably at the beginning of the meal. Continue monitoring your blood sugar and noting any changes in how you feel. Week 3 expands your vegetable intake. Add a second superstar vegetable to a different meal, so you're now eating beneficial vegetables twice per day. This might be a lunchtime salad with leafy greens and an evening side of steamed broccoli. Continue monitoring and adjusting based on your body's responses. Week 4 introduces the third vegetable and focuses on meal sequencing. Now you're eating all 3 vegetables daily and practicing the strategy of eating vegetables first at each meal. This is when many people start to see significant improvements in their blood sugar patterns and energy levels. Week 5 and beyond focus on variety, refinement, and making this approach sustainable for the long term. Experiment with different preparations, combinations, and recipes. Fine-tune portions and timing based on your individual responses. Begin sharing your knowledge with friends and family who might benefit from these strategies. Throughout this process, be patient with yourself and remember that lasting change takes time. Some people see improvements within days, while others may take several weeks to notice significant changes. The key is consistency rather than perfection. Let me address some frequently asked questions that arise when people begin implementing these strategies. Can I eat too many of these vegetables? While it's theoretically possible to overdo any food, these 3 vegetables are so low in calories and carbohydrates that overconsumption is rarely a problem. The main issues you might encounter are digestive discomfort if you increase fiber intake too quickly, or in rare cases, kidney stone formation in susceptible individuals due to oxalates in leafy greens. For most people, generous portions of these vegetables provide only benefits. What if I don't see immediate results? Blood sugar improvements can take time, especially if you have long-standing insulin resistance. Some people see changes within days, while others may take several weeks or even months to see significant improvements. Focus on how you feel in terms of energy, hunger patterns, and overall well-being, not just the numbers on your glucose meter. Consistency is more important than perfection. Should I stop taking my diabetes medications? Absolutely not without consulting your healthcare provider. These dietary strategies can be used alongside conventional medical treatment and may eventually allow for medication reductions, but any changes to medication should be supervised by your doctor. Keep detailed records of your blood sugar readings and dietary changes to share with your healthcare team. What about other vegetables not mentioned? Many other vegetables can be part of a blood sugar-friendly diet. The ones I've focused on today are simply the most reliable and versatile options for blood sugar control. Feel free to include other non-starchy vegetables like bell peppers, asparagus, green beans, and cauliflower in your meal planning. How do I handle social situations and eating out? Planning ahead is key. Eat a small salad before going to social events, research restaurant menus online before going out, and don't be afraid to ask for modifications. Most people are understanding when you explain you're managing your health, and restaurants are usually accommodating. What if I have food allergies or sensitivities? Work around any limitations you have. If you can't eat certain vegetables due to allergies, focus on the ones you can tolerate. The principles of eating low-carbohydrate, high-fiber vegetables first at meals apply regardless of which specific vegetables you choose. As we near the end of our comprehensive discussion, let me leave you with some final thoughts about the journey you're embarking on. Making significant dietary changes at any age requires courage, but especially after 50 when habits are well established and social pressures around food are strong. Remember that every small step you take toward better blood sugar control is an investment in your future health and quality of life. The three vegetables we've discussed today, dark leafy greens, broccoli and cruciferous vegetables, and cucumbers and zucchini, are not magical cures, but they are powerful tools that can help you take control of your blood sugar and your health. When combined with proper meal sequencing, adequate protein and healthy fats, regular physical activity, and good sleep habits, these vegetables can help you maintain stable energy, reduce your risk of developing diabetes complications, and feel more vibrant and healthy as you age. Remember that this is not about perfection, but about progress. You don't need to completely overhaul your diet overnight. Small, consistent changes that you can maintain over time will serve you much better than dramatic changes that you can't sustain. Don't be discouraged if you experience setbacks or if progress seems slow. Every person's body responds differently, and what works perfectly for one person might need to be adjusted for another. Use the testing strategies I've outlined to learn about your individual responses and customize your approach accordingly. Most importantly, remember that you're not alone in this journey. Millions of people over 50 are dealing with similar challenges related to blood sugar, energy levels, and aging. By taking proactive steps to manage your health through nutrition, you're part of a growing community of people who refuse to accept declining health as an inevitable part of aging. The knowledge you've gained today is powerful, but knowledge without action is just information. I encourage you to start implementing these strategies today, even in small ways. Add some spinach to your lunch, enjoy cucumber slices as an afternoon snack, or steam some broccoli to accompany your dinner tonight. Keep track of how these changes affect not just your blood sugar numbers, but your overall quality of life. Many people find that the improvements in energy, mood, sleep quality, and general well-being are even more meaningful than the improvements in their lab results. Share this information with friends and family members who might benefit. Creating a supportive community around healthy eating makes success more likely and more enjoyable. Consider this an opportunity to deepen relationships through shared meals and mutual support for healthy living. Finally, remember that taking control of your blood sugar through nutrition is one of the most powerful actions you can take for healthy aging. The choices you make today about what you eat will influence your health, independence, and quality of life for years to come. The three vegetables we've discussed today are readily available, affordable, and versatile. They require no special equipment, exotic ingredients, or complicated preparation methods. They simply require your commitment to making your health a priority and your willingness to try a new approach to eating that puts your well-being first. As you begin implementing these strategies, be proud of yourself for taking this important step toward better health. You're investing in more than just blood sugar control. You're investing in more energy to enjoy your favorite activities, better health to spend quality time with loved ones, and greater independence to live life on your own terms as you age. The journey toward better blood sugar control and optimal health after 50 is not always easy, but it is absolutely worthwhile. With the knowledge you've gained today about these three powerful vegetables and the strategies for using them effectively, you have the tools you need to take control of your health and create the vibrant, energetic life you deserve. Remember, every meal is a new opportunity to nourish your body and support stable blood sugar. Every time you choose leafy greens, broccoli, cucumber, or zucchini, you're making a choice that supports your long-term health and well-being. These small daily decisions compound over time to create significant improvements in how you look, feel, and function as you age. I encourage you to start today. Be consistent, be patient with yourself, and celebrate the improvements you experience along the way. Your future self will thank you for the commitment you make today to better health through the power of these 3 remarkable vegetables. Your health is your most valuable asset, and the simple strategies we've discussed today can help you protect and enhance that asset for years to come. Take action, stay committed, and enjoy the journey toward better blood sugar control and vibrant health after 50.